Hey guys, Disker. This is part two of the tier list. Me and Orange started. Part one should be out. Yeah, should have released yesterday. Where we ranked the various Justice League members based on if we thought they would be good parents or not. This is again, just like I said in the first video. This is not super meant to be taken seriously. It's just a fun thing we want to do. I would like to apologize for the camera cutting out in part one. Um, I looked into that. Me and Orange originally were gonna film part two here together. He is not currently with me, so it'll just be me. The reason why it didn't work out that I could film part two here with him is because for whatever reason, um, everything was taking like forever to I had a couple of videos that were just taking forever to upload. They were what? They took way more hours to upload than I thought they would, and that they probably should have. But they did eventually get uploaded, and then I quickly went through and I did everything that I could to get the camera ready for part two. So hopefully, it won't cut out again. We as For anyone who wants a recap on the list so far, this is the list. So S tier, you're a good parent. We think you would be a good parent. A tier, you would still be amazing. You would still be very much amazing. You could argue for a good amount of A tier could be S tier. You could make that argument pretty easily. B tier, um, B tier. I mean, you would be good. There would just be more issues there, if you will, than the A tier. C tier, we're kind of getting into the not great parent, ish, department, if you will, and then D tier, you would be horrible. Uh, some of the D tiers are characters that we're not super familiar with. Um, Granted, some of the characters in here we're not super familiar with. This tier list happened to take two show characters from two shows, and so we only know so much. Uh, we left off on Black Canary. Now this is interesting. So last time I knew, Black Canary married, or maybe not married, but at least was like dating in a relationship with Green Arrow. But that doesn't necessarily mean she would be put in the same tier as him. Um, from what I remember about her personality, very sort of witty, if you will. Um, she can be a little flirtatious. But in terms of personality for a raising a child, I think there might be. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I believe there's a few comics where she does have to like at least comfort a child, and from what I remember, it goes like pretty well. Some of these other ones, the child might be comforted, but it might take a bit or something. Um, I don't fully know where to put this. Some of these characters are very tricky to know where to put. But I'm going to say Black Canary here is, I would say, at least a B tier. I think B tier is good for her. Um, but that's just been what. And next we have, oh, this is the, I forget his name. Let me check, but I forget what his name is, so let me check here. But I believe it's like Wildcat. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember much about him. I don't know a whole lot about Wildcat. From what I do know is he loves to fight, and that's kind of why Hawk is so low. Is because they're more. They're just we just thought that Hawk, as an example, would be a little too um, gun ho in the fighting aspect and stuff, and maybe not as. But yeah, let me quickly pull up a little bit of an I. Let me get a little bit of an idea here. But yeah, in the show, this is these are based on he. I don't. We didn't get much of a look into his personality. If I remember, he was like in the episode I remember him being in. He was an ex Justice League member because he like left. He got into something with some lady who I think convinced him that he was like only meant to fight and like nothing else. I think so he ended up just fighting a lot and all that. But that's like in the show here. Not necessarily the character that like the full character. Is he really sure? I don't. I mean, the mentor aspect of him, from what I'm finding here, uh, makes me feel like he would be decent, but I don't think. But I don't think he would necessarily. Yeah. I'm gonna say. I think C tier is good, honestly. Um, C tier kind of feels good because what was it? Huntress. I don't know a whole lot about her personality, but what I do know makes me want to throw her in D tier just because, from what I remember, like the Justice League have this whole thing where they don't want to become the killers themselves, so to speak, and all that stuff. Um, I know there's like comics and some shows and whatnot where Huntress here is not necessarily up for that, so to speak. Like she is willing to. She's more about like revenge and stuff to some extent in some appearances of her. I just feel like she would be. There's things that are good about her. I mean, there's things that would be the good pair. I feel like everyone in. I mean, I would say everyone in D tier so far, they have like there's traits there that could make them a good parent. I mean, Batman has raised a number of kids, right? Just as an example, but based on everything that I know about Huntress, I don't see her being much higher than D or C. I do actually have a comic. I haven't read it yet. Of I think it's a Rebirth Batgirl comic. I think, but something about like, um, but I don't know much about them in that comic. But in the comic, for what I saw, it looked like there's Batgirl, Huntress, and I forget the third hero. But it seemed like Batgirl and the other hero were. But yeah, I think D tier is good for right now based on everything I know. Um, Based on everything I know personally know about the message, I think D tier is good. Next, I have Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel or Shazam, whatever you want to call him. Uh, because he is a literal child. So I got dog points for that. He is an orphaned literal child. But yeah, I feel like hmm, I gotta. I feel like I gotta dock some points for the fact he's a little child. He is orphaned, but in some ways, I feel like that would maybe lead to him wanting to save, quote unquote, save other children, right? Get other children homes, get other children families and whatnot. From what I remember, personality wise, it's not bad. Very heroic. Um, he kind of knows when to be jokey when he needs to be. Um, Similar vibe to Green Arrow. For those of you who watched enough of Part One, and that in the sense that I feel like he could be like the fun uncle. The fun uncle doesn't necessarily mean you would be a good parent though, but I feel like Captain Shazam here. I don't know why I'm saying. I almost always call him Shazam. I don't know why I'm calling him Captain Marvel most days. I wouldn't. I would say B. I would say I could see B tier. Um, I do gotta dock some points for the fact that he is a literal child, but I feel like once he grows up and a number of other things have happened, I feel like he could. I could see him being a better parent than some of the people on this list already. I don't remember this dude's name at all, this next one, but we got the cowboy from the show. Very like wants from what I remember, very like wants to help his friends. Very much wants to do that. Uh but yeah, I don't vigilante what? That's his name, huh? From what I remember in my only experience was this character, by the way, is the show the picture here is from. I don't think I would um I don't feel like he would be very high. He's kind of I don't feel like I can put him very high. Let me quickly vigilante DC. There he is. Oh, that's a different version of the guy, but that's the dude. Alias multiple people. Former narration. Okay, it's telling me about the other one. Awesome. I want this one. Thank you. Western Famous Crime Fire. He debuted in 1941. Jeez, a country singer by trade. Lawman father was killed by bandits. Touching fires, guns, cowboy persona. Another skills was a lasso and twin revolvers, motorcycle, 7 soldiers of victory. He was born in Wyoming. Son was of a sheriff. That's the prairie. Troubadour? I don't know how to pronounce that. Teenage sidekick named Stuff the Chinatown Kid. Jesus Christ. That sounds racist as hell. Versus several characters use the vigilante name, which was used by others. Last name is unspelled. That. So I guess that's just limited spelling. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna say Vigilante here. Did not realize there were multiple people named that, but whatever. You can go in C tier. That seems appropriate. That seems appropriate based on our saying. But who the hell is that? I've never seen this person before. I've never. My first thought is a Enchantress, but that's not a hero. At least the version of that character I'm aware of. Who is this? I've never. I don't know your name. I've seen her in the show, obviously, because I love that show. But who is this? Who? Who the? That thinks it's Emma Frost. Fire. Fire. She integrated. Fire. Comics for she appeared in '79. They're making me work today, aren't they? Fire DC. Alright, let's see what we got. There she is. Beatrice da Costa, Brazilian superheroine. Heroine. I don't know. I've never known how to pronounce that word. Um, super heroine. I know some people say heroin, but that sounds too much like the drug to me, so I've always just said heroine, but that doesn't. I don't think that's right. A long-term Justice League International. Okay, originally government spy, getting the ability to generate green flames flying from the living fire form after a pyroplasmic explosion. Famously paired with her best friend Ice. Aliases are those. Affiliation. Super Friends 25. Fire Integration DC Continuity. Primarily known for a role in the 1980s 90s Justice League International era. She appears in DC Universe Online. I didn't know that. Good to know. McFarlane toy. I don't know much about the game, so about that game, so I wouldn't have known that. I played it briefly once. It's okay. I don't know. Just leaving the unsuccessful powers. I don't know actually about this one. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna say B tier for you. That kind of, I don't know. That kind of feels right. Stargirl. What? Okay. I don't know a whole lot about her other than that's like a the version of Stargirl I know is she's a little teenager, so that's interesting. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, I like her a lot as a character, but um, but again, she's a literal like the version of her I know. She's like a teenager. She's got powers, but she seems like a good kid. But she's a teenager. B tier. I'm just gonna throw her in B tier to be safe. I don't know this dude's name. I don't know this next dude's name at all. So let me check because I do not remember his name at all. At the moment. You are Stripe, Stripe. Pat Dugan, naturally called Stripe is he? He's okay. Pat Dugan, Stripe, stepfather, and companion. Stepfather, okay, and companion of Stargirl, wearing a suit of armor to stay close to his stepdaughter and protect her. I didn't realize he was her stepfather. Okay, could you open, please? Uh, stepfather, stepdaughter something here. Stepdaughter protect her during her superhero adventures. Real suit with a mobile piloted mecha. However, when it is destroyed by Galaga, what? Galatea, he trades it for more compact body hugging suit armor. Well, he is undead, so we gotta give him points there. Oh, the first one kind of looks nice. Interesting. There's not much. No, there's not much I can find here. Interesting. So he has a stepfather. He is protecting his uh, child, so I gotta give him credit there. Seems like he just you gotta give him some credit for some of that. I'll throw him in B tier as well. That it feels like a safe spot for now. And it looks like I don't know this dude's name either. I probably knew it then when I watched the show, but not anymore. Oh, that's Orion. That okay? Well, he's Darkseid's son, so I gotta take some points off for that. But I remember him being nothing like the second son of Darkseid. I don't remember who the first is then. Traded for Scott Freehan, a peace effort between Nature's apocalypse, racist son of High Fodder. Orion was taught to control his rage and anger, becoming the most powerful warrior either world had ever known. That alright, let's go to the wiki. Uh so his rage and anger becoming the most powerful warrior world ever known, and this in itself was not an easy task given that his heritage boiled with the rage of the brutal and merciless dark side. It is very possible learning how to control his dark nature consumed much of his youth. When Darkseid lights on Earth came to Superman's aid, that had fallen. Affirmation just like Ryan had joined forces with Superman once again when his father had endangered New Genesis after the expanded Justice League. Briefly seeing the battle against Amazo, later played a more active role when Flash was beset by his old enemies and was less than final to the rest of the league in the final battle against okay. Okay. That's it. Okay. Hmm. I mean, it's hard to put him high because Darksiders is a literal fodder. But at the same time, I don't know. Um, I'm gonna throw him in. I'll put him in C tier for the time being. I think C tier is good. And then that looks to be Mr. Terrific. Pretty much everything I know about Mr. Terrific comes from the primarily comes from that the most recent Superman movie. That version of him, I mean, I wouldn't say he'd be the best parent ever, but I could see him being a decent one. Um, I don't remember much about the version of him. Um, I don't know. I'll put him very smart. I'll put Mr. Terrific. Yeah, I think B tier is fine. Honestly, I don't know much about who the hell. Plastic Man. I'll knock out Plastic Man real quick. We'll just throw Plastic Man in D tier. I think Plastic Man. I think D tier is a good spot for Plastic Man. I like the character, but like from what I remember, he's very sort of like similar to Booster Gold. Very I think that's good because he's got this really amazing power, and yet the only thing he uses, and he doesn't like use it the most effectively. I've kind of learned from various. I mean, he uses it well, but like I yeah I'm kind of half trying to talk myself out of D tier right now, and honestly, I don't. I am not being successful. Yeah, I think D tier for Plastic Man is that's yeah that's probably that's good. Based on like what I know of the character, I really don't think he would be very good as a parent. The child would probably be either like very attention seeking, or maybe a little bit like whatever themselves. Sir, what? Shining Knight. Shining Knight. Okay. Newest member of the Knights of the Round Table. Shining Knight is a master of the arts of combat of 30 times. Shining Knight. Like century English Knight of the Round Table, American Artist Court. He's granted magically empowered armor, weapons, winged horse, by Merlin, Frozen in Time, revised in 20th century, counter various modern day heroes, and has been a member of the Seven Soldier thingamabobber I keep hearing about, but I never realized. What the hell is that picture of him? Good kind of place. Squire later became a hero known as Knight, who passed the Squire title down to his son. What the hell? Well, if he's a Arthurian time knight by modern days, I would say B tier parent. Um, I mean, the Arthurian legend, right? King Arthur and some of the other individuals in there are seen as like good people. Well, I would say even today, you could see them being good people, but the problem there is that because of the time that they live, and just some of the like, I mean, parenting has stayed this similar to an extent, but he might expect things from the child that are would be different than what a modern person would want. This is tough because this is tough actually for me. Hmm. Um. I mean, it's a person from the 6th century in modern times, so like, I feel like I feel like D tier is good just because he would be out of touch with like everything. You know what I mean? He would be very out of touch with everything. The child would probably get raised. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe a little harsh. I don't really know. Who I think this guy was in the Superman movie as well. It's like what Absorbing Man or something was like his hero name. I don't or no Metamorpho. That's it. That's a Marvel character. Even though I'm looking for a DC character, that's interesting. Um, Metamorpho, huh? What do we got on him? Superhero character. Those created by this. Every interviews, comic book resources. What? 1960 titles. Renowned archaeologist transformed into a metahuman. Renowned archaeologist transformed into a metahuman with elemental powers. Who was for some hero teams. Superhero, 1965, Raven the Bold, how Fans Rangers made DC characters. That's the movie version. His ability to transmute his body into any element or compound found in the appearance. I believe he is a fighter, or at least in the movie he was in that. I don't know. I really don't. Some of these are tricky because it's kind of like a bit fella. Okay, okay. Yeah, more elemental superhero. You can alter his body from a variety of compounds and materials. Rather than dying, Mason becomes that. I don't. I really don't know. C tier is fine, I guess. I don't really know. Bawana Beast. Red Tornado would be good in my opinion. Red Tornado, the Red Tornado can be an A tier. That feels appropriate. He's a good guy. Who are some of these people? I don't really recognize the everyone else on it. I mean, Red Arrow. Apparently he has. Apparently, Red Arrow has used like heroin before. So I mean, I gotta dock points off for drugs. Let me just quickly let me just quickly pull up stuff about Red Arrow here since somehow this became about Roy Harper. Yeah. Originally, the sidekick Arsenal Red Arrow, exceptional archery skills from his history, personal struggles, including drug addiction and the loss, leading him to found teams like the Outlaws. He is a founding member of Teen Titans and a surgeon of the Justice League, after he was killed but troubled legacy hero. Then he died that period of addiction and estrangement from Green Arrow, leading him for the Outlaws. Then he used while serving with the Justice League. 3-1 best archer in DC Universe, even surpassing Green Arrow at times. Highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat martial arts like Muji, going various weapons, proficiency with firearms, exploding other high-tech weaponry, special arsenal, skilled tactician and spy, founding member like the storyline involved his heroin addiction after the period explored in the Snowbirds Don't Fly arc. A romantic relationship with Cheshire, with whom he fathered a daughter. So he does have a child. Through a loss of his arm, and the death of his daughter sent him in a spiral before he received a prosthetic arm. Oh, that child. No. Oh, okay then. That's unfortunate. 17 times. Just briefly in that show. I don't know. Don't know. Don't. I mean, we gotta dog points out for the drug addiction, right? I mean, people who are on drugs typically aren't great parents. I feel like we also, to some extent, need to. I mean, understandably, he lost a child, and that's always very hard. So that's normal parent response. I'll put him in. I'll put him in C tier. What's his old man here? What's his mentor here? That feels kind of fitting. I don't recognize like anyone who's left now. I mean, I recognize some. Is that this? This is what's his name, right? This feels like a D tier, if it's who I'm thinking of. The creeper, yeah. This might be a. That's the wrong creeper. Okay, it's showing me the wrong one, unfortunately. It's showing me the wrong character. Yeah, I'll say D tier. I don't know much about him, but like what I do know is, at least in one of the DC shows, he seemed to have like a fixation for Harley Quinn, which at that time definitely would not have been the best relationship because she was, I believe she was still, um, I think, with the Joker to some extent. Um, yeah, I think D tier is good. From what I remember about the whole him and Harley thing was that he was very like he kept trying to like touch her and so not I mean obviously not like he would like kind of grab onto her and then I forget the term for it, but he would do that thing. I don't know if nuzzle is the right term, but he would do that thing where he would like move his head like back and forth, like kind of rub his head against her like her side multiple times. Very creepy, just like his name. But yeah, I just don't think he would make a very good parent at all, based on everything that I know about him. Um, I really want to know. I forget this dude's name, but vaguely remember him in like one episode, in like a handful of episodes in the show. Elongated man, that's right. Couldn't he like stretch? Elongated man, like this. Means you former police safety and stretch his body, friend of an Albert. I don't remember Team Flash and the well in that. Elongated instead of becoming a contortionist. Contortionist. I don't even know what that means fully. Came elongated man. Okay, man. Possibly might seem like the same at first glance, but for sight and during his arc, Ralph stopped taking his daily intake of Gingold. What? Eventually, losing his Billy Church and become a long. What? 960 Flash Rider wants to use Plasma for story, but didn't know that DC owned the rights to the character. You create a long. What? I feel like he would be a better parent um than uh than Plastic Man based on like what I'm kind of gathering. Let's go. Wolfram and C tier, based on what I've gathered. This is an interesting list. We can bump up Superman. That feels right. That feels right. We can bump up Superman. That feels right to have those two up there. Though I do like Carl as a character, but Todd's great too. Having those two up there just feels perfect for this list to me. I don't know why. A tier is also good for Superman though, but I mean, come on, Wonder Woman has to be S tier. Well, I don't. We can do Bawana Beast. I don't know much about Bawana Beast. I know the show Teen Titans Go kind of turned him into like a bit of a joke character. Like I think he did something was like a pig and something else and like combined them and then they like and all this stuff. Hmm. Let me just quickly Bawana Beast. I don't know how to spell it, unfortunately. Well, no estimate. There's a live action version of this dude. What? Originally, Game Ranger, the power to communicate with and merge animals. That's it. And the powerful chimeras using a magic helmet and an elixir. Uh, Known for his ability to create composite creatures. Characters and criticized for its white savior and the goofball aspects. He has appeared in anime series like Just Like Unlimited, where his powers were adapted, and is sometimes linked to the hero Vixen. Uh, Interesting. So he was a game ranger in Africa. He drank some elixir. Um, Hyper intelligent gorilla gave him the helmet. What? Can mentally communicate with animals. Signature power works using two or more animals and sometimes people into a single stronger creature, which he can then command. Gain superhuman strength and speed from the elixir. Uh, Here's often cited as an example of the white savior trope in comics, and the concept of fusing animals was seen as potentially cruel. Later stories have connected him to the red, a morphogenetic field, and he has appeared in various anime shows, sometimes with a different personality. Okay, then. So, controversial character. Got it. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. Hmm. I'm gonna say. I think C tier is good, honestly, based on like what I do know of the character, which isn't much, but D tier feels right. Um, I forget. I forget the dude's name, but one of the characters coming up down here, this guy. I remember he could like turn big, and that's like all I ever know. I don't even think he talked much, if at all. I think he talked a few times throughout the entire show, and that's it. Like he's one that I really don't know much about. So this guy's name is Atom Smasher. Got it. So let's see here. Oh, Nuklon? What? Atom Smasher, superhero, appearing in those. Uh, Roy Thomas, grandson of the electric supervillain known as Cyclotron. From him, Albert Hernandez made him powers by which he can control his Millet. Okay, Captain Marvel's longtime adversary, Black Adam reformed joined JSA. You know, since developed the kinship, indeed, Black Adam was a hero once. What? A superhero can grow in size and manipulate mass thanks to his membership in the Justice Society. How to change the size and density based on the atom. He is the grandson of Cyclotron and the godson of something. That's when he used to help us. That's a real thing. Okay. Hmm. From what I remember, he's not a bad guy. I just don't know much about him. He can be C tier, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I need to see who this dude is because I do not remember. I'll do you now. You are Crimson Avenger. Let's see what guy here. Name of three separate superheroes, super villains. Great. 1948. Jeez. Golden Age cloaked vigilante. You fought crime using a gas gun. What? His sidekick and valet is Wing Hao. That's a terrible name. Wing Hao? Really? What? DC's first math mystery men. He first appeared 200 number 20 October 1948, created by Jim Chambers. Originally was at origin during his Golden Age run, and it's a really interesting time capsule of a character for several reasons. He's a rare representation of some of the influence that's okay. This Crimson Avenger. DC's first superhero explained. I don't know. No, we can do C's here. That's fine. Okay, who is this guy? Because I don't remember him at all. Uh, that is scary. Sanderson Hawkins. What? Sanderson Hawkins. What is that name? Sandy the Golden Boy. Sidekick to the original Sandman. Using the name of Sandy the Golden Boy. Geokinesis. earth and soil in his vicinity because it's on the equipment. So he's got a gas mask, a wire harpoon gun, harpoon grapple invention. What? Formerly known as Sandy the Golden Boy. Sand, and currently known as Sam, is a superhero appearing in comics. But what the hell? Go remember the current JSA, former psychic. It's the original Sandman. Bless or curse was prophetic dreams. Oh God, it's not good. Was no is that by some means orphan? He was an orphan. Okay, nephew. That person. I don't understand. Nothing. What is it? Wesley Dobbs. Sandy Holmes first appeared wearing a costume and using only the name Sandy in Adventure Comics DC 1948 series. The presidentship of that, as soon as has been known as Sandy, Sand, and most recently Sandman. I don't know. Psychic. I don't know, man. Hang on, see here. That feels right. Who the fudge? This guy looks cool. Aztec? Merlet? What? Azteca? Aztec. Let's see what we got here. Two superheroes, of course. After the Fanagarian invasion, has been fighting Mordru, the Darkheart, and the Ultimen. Someone's selling him. Okay. I'll throw him B tier. Is this who I think it is? Yep. Dr. Midnight? Okay, it's not who I was thinking of then. Who the hell is Dr. Midnight? Covering her mentor's identity. As Dr. Midnight, she also adopts the codename and serves as both a physician and a leading scientist. What? Dr. Midnight? What? I can see blind superheroes and physicians with the ability to see in the darkness using blackout bombs and martial arts. Batman's cosmic equivalent is an underrated Golden Age hero. When Dr. Midnight is attacked on Earth 2, it ripples across the multiverse, knocking Batman out of one. What the hell? With Maroney in jail, McNider, what? Worked harder in his writing and promoting anti-crime messages eventually. Miss Golden to help Raven when she attacked him with his phone on some physician asked by police to treat an important witness against monster killer Maroney. Treating dying man. Enigmatic and constant force against the various gangsters and criminals of New York City. Original Dr. Midnight as a comment. Well, I don't know, man. You're not giving me much to work with. You're not giving me much to work with on this guy. Billy Sandor, Dark Midnight was created by that person, that person. Become a member of that. Was his sister becoming that? Serious says Ritual Dark Midnight was chapel under Midnight name as his present day successor. I don't. It seems alright. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard. I'm not finding much on some of these people. Uh, see here. Why not? This is someone I don't recognize either. Who are you? Oh, this is nice. Oh, we found you. Person, what's that? What is. Okay. Man, these last few are hard to rank. There just ain't much out there, is there? Let's learn about ice a little bit then. Okay. Let's see here. Lack of that, the ultimate includes the special alongside Dr. Light and Steel as the group that successfully foiled the Legion of Doom's attempt to rob a train full of money. So since he was fired, and the two of them helped the rest of the League fend off Darkseid's final invasion of Earth. Vision being a proficient hand-to-hand combatant, cryogenic ice could generate and project quantities of ice and snow for her hands in various forms. She could also create platforms of ice upon which she could transport herself. Serves as Justice League International for years, remaining with the American branch even after a European branch was opened. Occasionally dated Green Lantern, the God guy owner. She was also the regular partner of fellow League member Fire. They served together in the Global Guardians before joining. Train of Fire Ice is alluded to by showing him saying next to each other regularly. Man, okay, not much here either. All we're back. I'll put you in the same tier with Fire. That feels right. Okay, this dude looks kind of generic. Not gonna lie, so I don't remember him at all. So let's find out. What is that other picture? What is terrifying? The way the eyes. What? Nemesis. That's not. That's okay. That's not the right person. Okay, it's just showing me the Greek version now for some reason. So awesome, cool, so happy and showing me the Greek character. Let me see one. Let's find out about him. There's nothing? What? Disambiguation patient what? Go. Take me. You might have Houston and Hurdles were having to go for the dudes. Are you serious right now? Right, okay, well there was nothing there. DC. Yes, please. Wow, that is like nothing about good. There's nothing about this dude. Alright. Well, you can go in not sure, because there's like zero information about this dude apparently. Jesus Louise. Well, I would have ranked him, but there's like nothing about that guy. So, sucks. This dude is this guy. Who? Our man. Interesting. Pastor Miracle, member of ARGS America, married to another second generation hero. I see here. Born out of Rex Tyler, actress Wendy Harris. Married. He's an artist. Okay. Rick rarely saw his dad even on his birthdays. Eventually, Rex wasn't even sure of the age of his son. But he wasn't a very good father. No surprise how Rick would develop into a well-balanced teen. He was consistently looking for his father's guidance and approval. Yet Rex could not see the role model Rick really needed. And he tried to push Rick's education to its limits, an endeavor that Rick didn't wish to pursue, and he constantly felt inferior to his father. Oh, that's sad. Rick became the second Hour Man when the crisis on Infinite Earth threatened all of reality, and he used one of his dad's miracle pills to save the life of Beth Chapel, whom he grew quite fond of. His father strongly disapproved of the action, knowing the addictive effects. To prevent Rick from taking up the Iron mantle, nonetheless, Rick ended up trying to join a team of other second-generation heroes. Though Rex was able to temporarily dissuade his son, and Rick still tried to convince his father otherwise. Alongside his teammates, sacrificed themselves to fight Eternal, Ragnarok, and Limbo. When Northwind and Bojack told him of the news, fled in grief, later kidnapped by a new group. Used the hostage against that. Rick was able to escape, and in the process, he only killed the wizard. Rick had a hard time forgiving himself, although it was later revealed that the wizard was in fact still alive. Rick gave up the Iron Man identity almost as soon as he assumed it, angrily unmasking before a press photographer. Luckily, Lita was able to prevent the photo from being taken and took Rick away, trying to console him. Nonetheless, Rick wore his Iron Man outfit another time to attend the court hearing for the villain, Mr. Bones. Okay. Feared he himself was just as bad as Bones, suspecting that the miracle pill had simply worked on Rick. Felt an urge when he killed the wizard eventually, though. Rick returned to his Iron Man identity wearing an outfit similar to his father's in honor of him. This man, Restaurant's JFA returned from one battle and he and Rick were reunited. In the meantime, Rick had contracted what was initially diagnosed as leukemia. With help of Rex's old teammate, Johnny What? Oh, Johnny Quick, okay. Learned to tap into their superhuman powers without the use of miracle-using Chambers' mind-focusing technique instead. Parents would only spend a short time together. Accident killed Rex and some of his allies. As soon as I during the event, it was that. Shortly afterwards, Rick endured another tragic blow. Rick remained. What is any of this? Retired for some time, during which he met his new android Hour Man. He met the new android Hour Man. Time traveling fodder from Rex's own DNA. Rick initially intensely disliked the new Hour Man. He was saved by the android. Transport Rick to a time point, a point where time stands still, so that he would be spared from an unidentifiable alien illness. The android cured Rick of his cancer. This is about two gifts. He would occasionally see 1 hour into the future, as well as being given an hour with his father and the time point. The Iron Man android had plucked Rex out of the time stream seconds before he was killed fighting Extent. When the hour and the time point expired, however, Rex would be sent back in time, where he would fight and die. Transportation to the time point would be activated by a button in Rick's Hour Man gloves. Accurate of all his illnesses, Rick resumed the domain of Iron Man, donned a new costume in the process, non-addictive form of Miracle, joined a makeshift JSA. I am so lost right now. What is happening? Strained relationship with his cousin, was his first company, Tower Co. JSA traveled Hawkman to the Middle Eastern country of Kondak, stopped by Adam. Rick was really injured by one of Nemesis' swords, realizing that he would die from the massive blood loss, which he was quickly operated on. Rick saw no choice but to transport himself to the time point. Flutter was. Rick quickly saw boys of water and time point held Rick in his wounds in stasis. Rex was returned to the regular world and his love has no means of returning to the time point, nor idea how he could save his son. Andrew once again came in the form of the android Hour Man, who transported Rex and several other JSA members to the time point. Amongst them, the latest that it was able to save Rick's life. Time used to save Rick also meant that Rex's time was up and that he would have to return to fighting Extant. Rick however tried to take his place so that his father could live again. Instead, the android may sacrifice himself so that both Hour Men may live. Damage Iron parts and trying to rebuild him while Rick continues to operate with the jail. Okay. This is crazy. What? It's our girl, my girl. Refuse the game from the falls. What? Married that person. Left the help form its sister all-star team. He was a valuable member of that team under the leadership of Power Girl, my other girl. I like Power Girl. So it disbanded. He was since returned to the JC full-time. Rick eventually fathered a son and his wife. He cried tears of joy upon learning of his wife's pregnancy. Okay, well, we gotta give him some props there then. And because this has something on Nemesis, let's see who the frick this is. Because, again, I found like nothing on him earlier, so let's find out. Uh, there's still like no information on Nemesis then. Cool. Um, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll keep him and not sure then. um, what was it? Our Man? B tier. I don't know anymore. Is this freaking Vibe or whatever the hell? Yep. Uh, the powerful vibratory shock waves. Um, I think C tier is fine. Who the hell? This is not Craven the Hunter. It's this guy. I don't know why I keep trying to tell me that's Craven. That's not fucking Craven the Hunter. That's Wave Rider. Member of the Justice League after the Finnegarian invasion. History, please. This article is a stub. Yep. What? What the hell is this? Retro? What the hell? This character's been a member of the Justice League of America or simply Justice League in any of its various incantations, sworn by duty to act as Guardians of America. There's really nothing about this dude. What's his name? Wave Rider? Wave Rider. Good. Secret identity. American. Single. Male. White. Wave. Rider. DC. There he is. Was born in 1991. Time traveling hero from the Armageddon. What? Let's just take me here. Oh, now I find stuff about him. Okay. Uh, Utilize the power, getting more of your time. Which was a weird man. Okay, well, he's just. Okay. So, apparently, like, two of them have died. I don't know. He can join and not sure. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of info about him. Well, I'll move a few of these. There's gonna be a lot of not sure's apparently. Alright, get them all. Mm-hmm. I'll move. I'll move you two down there as well. I think. Well, no, you had a kid. You can stay in B tier. That's fine. See what this guy, who this guy is, because I don't recognize like any of these people anymore. Starman? What? It's a film as well, apparently. Yes, please. Oh, let's solve this mystery, shall we? What is happening? Was a member after the Phanagorian invasion. Alien physiology, flight, energy projectile, fire bursts of star energy from its hands, which have powerful concussive force effects. Soul Sauce is hard to make. His revive is based on Ada. He's got a few appearances. Well, most of which are cameos. Those are his teammates. Well, there's not much information on him either, is there? uh, I'll put him in not sure then. I was hoping there'd be more info, but there's really not much on a lot of these people now. What are you? You are Dr. Light. Brilliant but overly driven scientist. Supervising astronomer at an observatory in Japan. Well, there's already more on you than like everyone done the last view, so that's good. Power of photonics. Hoshi adopted the appropriate alias Dr. Light, signed by the monitor, the guard one of the vibrational forks. From the new Dr. Light after the creation of the Earth's crossover event. Former member of Black Hole, metahuman. you feel like a B tier. This guy is Rocket Red. I don't know if I know much about Rocket Red. Oh, he's Russian. Cool. That's cool. Romanize that. Superior appearance DC Comics Universe. Originally created for the Soviet Union. This ambiguation. Rocket Reds were two agents of the became members of the Justice League International. Served for many years leaguer and reserve until sacrifice during that. Recent years, that person has taken up the name clandestinely, declaring himself next successor, swiping a renegade at his introduction to DC, and you made him an accepted member by the Russian government. Russian military unit task was protecting the country against metahuman and other threats. I'm fighting alongside Russian teams like the Soyuz and the Red Shadows. Rocket Reds were armor designed by the Green Lantern Kilowog. Interesting. Who found communism much like the politics on his last home planet, Bolvax Vic. Today, the Rocket Reds are generally considered relics from the Cold War. Germany has its own based on the Rocket Reds. Not much info on them, huh? Well, they're Soviet Union guys, Russian. These aren't necessarily bad traits for a parent, of course, but things to consider as we attempt to rank him. You feel like a, I guess you can be C. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to be a C tier. This guy looks familiar. Forever Night. Hopefully I can find stuff about him quickly. No, I cannot. It's telling me about something else. Okay, cool. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. Forever Night DC. The last fall for no day these comes in its mature readers line. Vampires. That's why they super strength and speed enhances. Degree of hypnotism and control. Coffee black in my direction. It takes me from me. I don't know. Oh, just from I'm not sure, I guess. Because there's really not much out there. I'm not even sure if the that show I was finding is even the right guy. So, Hank Haywood, Commander Steel Time. Okay, that's not Red Tornado, but try again. Internet. It's like nothing about him here. What? Steel. Why is my computer being so whatever? Commander Steel. Captain Steel, Citizen Steel, Sir Steel. Name of free superheroes. There was a homage to the Marvel Comics character Captain America. Steel was intended to be a tip of the hat to the original Captain America. My favorite Cap stories when I was growing up were the ones Stan and this U.S. Marine Corps. Another assassination attempt on the life of then Major Winston Churchill by casting Nazi agent. What the hell? Well, I'll put you and see. I need to see what this dude is, because this is a crazy picture. Thunderbolt. Play this subject bears likeness of Thunderbolt. Our DCAU character was never named on screen or otherwise. Interesting. This is conjecture based on the character's likeness. DC Comics, fifth dimensional genie upon whose service Johnny Thunder can call by saying the magic word say you. Cool. Not tier. Probably D tier though. What the hell are you? Johnny. Oh hey, it is Johnny Thunder. Apparently that's a singer as well. Johnny Thunder DC. Alright, let's learn. Johnny Thunder, created in 1940. Off to a great start, I see. Golden Age superhero fights crime with the help of Thunderbolt. His Thunderbolt was also the secret identity of John Tane, unwanted Western hero. Cover that person. With face. He was born one of the luckiest men on the planet. Has been one of the All-Stars content for the Justice Society of America. Make a B and C, I guess. The Ray. Or fastball, apparently. Do I remember just the leg after Finnegan invasion? Ray Buff appeared several times on Justice League Unlimited and was referred to by name on one occasion, but it wasn't until the release of a Mattel action figure identifying the character as Ray that his identity was confirmed. It's a buzz fodder that exposure to direct sunlight will kill him. At the age of 18, Ray learned the truth about his heritage. While the deathbed of his father, Happy Terrell, the dying man, admits that he was the original Ray, and that exposure to sunlight will activate Raven's own light-based superpowers. As a child, he would have been unable to control such power, and thus had to be kept in darkness. At the funeral for Happy Terrell, Ray meets his cousin Hank, who urges him to become a superhero like his father. Raven eventually decides to take up the mantle of the Ray. His adventures eventually bring him to join the Justice League and also becoming a member of the Freedom Force. There's like no information on this dude. Alright. Interesting backstory for sure. Let me just clear up some of these tabs here. There we go. The Ray. You can go not sure because I have no freaking idea. She looks, based on the picture they use, she looks like a D tier. That, we'll see. You are none other than the one and only Gypsy, apparently. Although almost always unnoticed, she has actively fought evil alongside Vibe and Steel. She was his first demonstrating powers to rescue people. And revived their Fury fusion cannon fired, and she later fought Darkseid's second invasion. What's up around Justice League? Non-speaking cameo appearances in Justice League. Okay, so she just never talks then. This version is a member of the Justice League because he believed to be intangible. A character based on Gypsy named Cynthia appeared. Okay, we're just gonna. There. Final free, boys. Let's power through. Didn't even try to visual search. It can't even visual search this one. What? Trident of Lucifer, Blue Devil. Okay. Blue Devil is a member of the expanded Member of the expanded after the Finnegan War. The Devil is present during several battles that the League faced, such as the Battle of Mordru, the Dark Heart, the Ultiman incursion, and Darkseid's invasion of Earth. You can go in there. If someone named Obsidian, that's a cool name. Let's see what we got here. DC Comics heroic. God, can you go away? Pissing me off. For the Finnegan War, of course. His heroic identity of Todd Rice, the son of the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, twin brother to superhero Wayne Jade, the possessor of shadow powers. The action figure of this character, Elizabeth Mattel, chosen over the line, has confirmed that the title, that this is indeed Obsidian. Okay, that's stupid. That's it. Yeah, it just has no idea who this is. Okay. Not sure then, because I can't even find anything about you. Alright, guys. Well, I definitely wish Orange could have been here to help assist in this. But this is the finished tier list of ranking at least these Justice League members on how well me and Orange, but mostly me for some of them, think they would do as parents. Like, so, as you can see, the best parents on the list here are Wonder Woman and Superman, which honestly feels right. A tier, we got The Flash, which makes sense. Good old Jon Stewart, that kind of makes sense. Hawk Girl, that's fair. Martian Manhunter, that's also a high choice. I feel like some of the A tiers could definitely you could argue for S for sure. Good old Supergirl, Zatanna, and Red Tornado, and I like both of those placements. B tier, we got Aquaman, Doctor Fate, Captain Atom. I forgot his name already, but it was like something Shadow, Night Shadow, or some like that. Vixen, Black Canary, Shazam or Captain Marvel, Fire, Stargirl. I already forgot his name because this video is so freaking long. But her stepfather, I already forgot his name. What the hell is it? What was her name again? I already forgot because I've been here for so long trying to do this. Stripe, that's it, Stripe. Mr. Terrific, Ice. I already forgot your name. It was something like Hourglass, or at least that's what it told me he was. Our Man, yeah, Our Man. Um, and of course, that one girl. This took forever to do. Dr. Light, that's right. C tier, we have Green Arrow, Dove, Atom, Wildcat, Vigilante, Orion, Metaphor, what was it? It was like Metaphor Man, not Metaphor Man, but Method, the that dude. Red Arrow, Entangle Man, or no, Elongated Man, but Wanna Beast, uh, Adam, Adam Smasher, Vibe, Red Rocket, uh, Commander Steel, Johnny Thunder, and of course D tier Batman, uh, The Question, Etrigan, Hawk, Booster Gold, Huntress, Plastic Man, Creeper, Blue Devil, something Knight. Don't want to get his name wrong. Surge, Shining Knight. Then I already forgot your name as well. Thunderbolt, that's right. And of course, everyone else is I'm not sure because some of them I couldn't even find information about. I couldn't even find this lady like at all. Um, yeah, this took way longer than it probably should have, but hey, it's done now. Yeah, so I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the completed tier list here. Um, I would love to hear everybody's thoughts in the comments where you personally would rank some of these. This was a lot of fun. I would like to do a tier list video. Either I would like to do either more tier list videos by myself or with Orange. It would be cool to do more with him in the near future. So let us know if you liked this concept. If you did, I will definitely make sure to do more quick sooner. Hopefully, at least solo ones, if nothing else. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, do all the aggregate garbage. It helps us out a lot. It means a lot to us. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.